How is it going, you lovely lot? Welcome back to Park to Prem. Apologies there wasn't a video yesterday. I wasn't very well over the weekend. I kind of wish I was still in bed ill because I played some Football Manager. Caleb Addons, new goalkeeper, injured 7 to 9 weeks. Yeah, 7 to 9 weeks. You couldn't make it up, could you? Mini meltdown done. It's episode 25. Welcome back to Park to Prem. I hope you guys are doing great today. Big games. Brighton in the Carabao Cup. Probably going to get whooped in that one. After that, the small matter of Derby, who are currently top. And after that, deadline day to try and survive without losing any players. And let me tell you now, there is still interest in players. Ajaria rejected a, £9.75 million bid for him. I just can't afford to lose this man at this point. He's asking to leave. Teams want him. I don't want to sell him. Now, of course, last episode, we started off the season with a pretty decent opening couple of games against Crewe and Leyton Orient. Since then, 2 wins, 2 losses. It's been a bit of a mixed bag. To be fair, games like this one against Fleetwood sometimes happen in Football Manager, don't they? We dominated this game for spells, but ultimately, they scored goals when it mattered. I mean, look at the match momentum at the bottom. I feel like that gives you a good indicator of how this game went. A couple of key chances for them finished. We couldn't score. After that, though, we bounced back with a win here against Preston North End. This was the game where Anson got injured in goal for us. He got injured at, just before half-time. So by that point, we were already a couple of goals ahead. Nevertheless, always disappointed to see a player injured. That goal there by Matos cheered me up a little bit. And what cheered me up that little bit more was Dane Scarlett getting on the score sheet. Yes, the Dane himself, he's not Danish. He's been very good for us so far. Really good finish there. He has 3 goals already this year. Of course, he missed the opening few games of the season. Since he's come into the team, he's looking like he could be the real deal. One of his 3 goals came in this game against MK Dons, a 3-1 defeat away from home. We battled hard in this game. This game was a little more open. Teddy Sharman low in goal. 6.1 rating. If I speak, I'm in trouble. And after that, most recently, we did manage to get another win against Salford. Edmondson, 2 goals in this game. I know what you're thinking. Set piece weapon. Kind of. One of the goals wasn't set-piece weaponry, though. I'm not going to pretend I've brought in the centre-back to score goals like this one, but if he wants to score goals like this one, Edmondson, he is more than welcome to do so. Maybe some question marks over the goalkeeping there, but you know what? It can help contribute to a win. He's actually our joint top goal scorer right now. Still very early days in the season, but I felt like with Brighton to take on and Derby County, who are currently the only unbeaten team left in the league, now was the right time to come back ahead of deadline day. Right now, we do sit in 4th place. Everyone is kind of stealing points off one another, which I'm going to try and look at as a positive, but naturally, it does mean that the entire field is fairly congested, except Wrexham and Crewe. Wrexham, I'll tell you what, they've not done well in this universe. Made it up to the Championship. Last year, they finished 14th in League One. Currently, they're down in 23rd. They've not won yet. Now, in terms of team news across the board, we are slowly but surely kind of getting our full strength 11 back together. Of course, Anson still missing a decent chunk of football. 5 weeks to 2 months is awful. Gelhardt is also out for the foreseeable future. I say that. I mean, look, fitness test failed, not recommended. Should be back maybe for the next game, actually, but he's missed a lot of football, having come in and played well in that opening game of the year. We have missed him. It's been a challenge to try and solve that attacking mid position because it's a position where I wasn't really sure what to do. As you can see here, Carl Flood, the 18-year-old, has played this position a little bit. 6.75 rating doesn't exactly scream quality. What I will say is he is developing really, really well, and our scouts have kind of shifted the goalpost on his potential and his current ability, which is good. I feel like the 18-year-old is definitely worthy of a spot in the first team. And another player who's also kind of tried to fill that gap at centre attacking mid has been Voltman, but equally 6.5 free rating for him at centre attacking mid. He has struggled too. Dane Scarlett leading the way with the goal scoring alongside Edmondson. Joe Taylor, of course, was such a critical player for us last year. This year so far, started off really hot. Hasn't been so good lately. He did pick up an assist in our last game, but actually, as you can see here, it's been 4 games without a goal for him. After he had 15 hours without a goal at the end of last year, I'm really desperate for him to keep that momentum going because I feel like he might be one of those players who could just be a little bit streaky. Anyway, game number 1 today is against Brighton. It is a midweek game in the Carabao Cup. They're currently 11th in the Premier League. There's a temptation maybe to just really heavily rotate the team for this one, but actually, I want to see what our full strength 11 can do. Looking at the team, of course, Gelhardt is missing. In goal, we have Sharman Low. With the exception of that, though, this is a full strength team. Dane Scarlett, I'm hoping he's going to show you what he's been about so far this year. in this episode. So in terms of the team, Carl Flood, I am going to stick with at centre attacking mid. Like I said, I want to give him as much game time as possible. Sharman Lowe going to be under the microscope in goal. Imagine he's going to have a busy day today. Mbete, corner. Whipping it towards the back post. Edmondson was lurking away, sadly. Cleared away, but only as far as Ajaria. Can he keep the play alive? The right back currently on the left wing. We won't ask questions. It's a set piece. He's caught out of position a little bit, but you know what? We're resetting here. Flood shoots just over. If nothing else after the end of this game, I can claim we had the first highlight. Right, Ajaria. I mean, another corner here. I feel like set pieces could be crucial for us. Edmondson was under that one. It's cleared away, and now we have to deal with Matoma on the break. He's a pacey boy, isn't he? Gives it to Morgan. Back wide to Matoma. Brighton, well, we're playing the ball really nicely. What has Sharman Lowe done there? What some people said at the end of last season, don't know why you don't like Sharman Lowe. Exhibit A. Exhibit bloody A. I miss Caleb Anson. I've loaned a goalkeeper on £7,000. He's got injured. Now I have to watch this cockwomble for the next 2 months. What is he doing? I don't know. I mean, if I want to try and find a positive, we're giving them a good game so far. You know, 30 minutes in, we've not rolled on our backs having conceded there. We are definitely creating a little bit. Right, AA on the left-hand side. I need you to pick me up. JB, AA, Matos. This is nice. Mbete gives it back to Matos. Can he go inside? He tries to shoot. I'll tell you what, scored a banger recently that we've already seen. That one wasn't far wide. Brighton corner. Right, Sharman, Teddy, this is your chance to redeem it. I'll tell you what, I can't blame him for that one, can I? That's a banger. Fagioli shoots and yeah. Yeah, I don't think Caleb stops that one either. Okay, you know what? Half-time 2-0 against Premier League opposition. We're winning the XG battle by 0.02. Yeah, that's what I've got going for me. What was that? Get your act together. I want to say we have to do better. We're taking on a Premier League team. 2-0 is actually a perfectly fine result. I want us to get a goal. Maybe that should be the more realistic, attainable objective for this match now. Just score a goal, lads. Nice header by Edmondson. Flood lays it wide now to Ajaria. Edmondson with it at the back. I mean, look at this. We can play some nice football, even against good teams. We've shown that over the years. We've caused some big upsets in previous FA Cup games. We've pushed Premier League teams hard. To be honest, this game, by comparison to some previous performances, almost a little bit disappointing. But a goal here, early on in the half, could really change the complexion of the tie. JB, what can you do here? There's lots of players in the middle to aim for. Allen plays it across. That's deflected. JB floats it. Dane Scarlett has to hit the target with that header. Now, you know what? 10 minutes into this half, I've seen enough to make some changes here. AA has struggled in this game. Connor Pye on you come. Elsewhere, Ajaria not having the best of games either. I'm going to take him off for Egbo. I feel like fresh legs in the wing-back areas is always just a good approach for us to take. Elsewhere, I'm going to bring in Ashley Fletcher for Taylor. Taylor has struggled in this game a little bit. I don't really want to nuke the formation and tactics and stuff too radically just yet, so we'll save 2 subs for now. But yeah, just some fresh legs in the wide area. I need more energy. I need something. I'm going to demand more. Can we have anything? The answer is, I see her expectantly watching the timer climb up in the top left. No. I can't expect anything. There's literally barely any time left. Brighton have not done anything in this half. Right, Corey Gerrard on Newcombe, Hume on at Regista. I feel like I need his set pieces. Gonna go very attacking. Gonna encourage the players to be a bit more direct with the play. Let's play a little bit wider as well. I'm making these changes. I'm not necessarily expecting anything to come of them, but I've got to try, haven't I? Okay, well, Ashley Fletcher's now injured, so we're now down a man 2. That's unfortunate. Used all our subs. We're down to 10 men. Everything's kind of gone wrong, and yet I'm not actually that angry because I think our performance on the whole was reasonable. It's 2-0 Brighton. I'll tell you what, we've really gone down there without a fight. Ashley Fletcher out for 3 to 7 months. I mean, that really dents the plans on trying to sell him, doesn't it? We'll send him to the specialist. Not great. Right, up next, I've got Derby in 3 days. I'm going to rest up the players. I'm also going to panic a bit about the striking position. And I'll see you shortly. Might be a little bit of transfer drama on deadline day. Callum Hume has formally requested a transfer. So he's on the chopping block. Might need to sign a replacement if he goes. And elsewhere, Louis Jackson, who, to be honest, is so far down the pecking order that I probably should be selling him, has also been kicking up a stink. He is asked to leave the club. I've just transfer listed him. His valuation is surprisingly high for a centre-back who's far down the pecking order. Bit sad it's come to it, but another player who could be leaving us in the next few days. Anyway, before all of that, very small matter of Derby County. They are top of the league. Ryan Mason is their manager, which I kind of love. He's got very good stats, hasn't he, in Football Manager? Look at these attributes, wowzer. And with them currently top, I feel like they're going to be a bit of a battle for us. Their key man is Aaron Cashin. He's good, isn't he? Games elsewhere to keep an eye on. Blackpool v Cardiff. That is 3rd versus 6th. And elsewhere, Notts County, currently in 2nd, are taking on Rotherham. I'd love these teams above us to start dropping points. Worth noting, Carlisle, who were promoted with us, you might remember, they actually are currently 4th. Yeah, they were promoted in 2nd place behind us in League 2. They've had a better start to the season than we have. Now, in terms of team news, nothing too crazy going on here, with the small exception of the fact that Ashley Fletcher obviously is now out forever. And when I look through the list of players I've got available, there's a lack of a striker. That is going to be something I try and remedy during deadline day. I feel like if I have a striker in the under-21s, I probably should promote them here. Do I want to go with Lewis Meek? Bob Davis? Neither of these are really strikers. Or Alex Deering. I mean, Alex is definitely more of a striker, isn't he? Alex Deering, you are going to have to be the one. This is a short-term solution. I have got a long-term plan planned. Talk about it after the match. Gelhardt, by the way, has passed a fitness test, ready to play 45 minutes. Because he's still injured a little bit, I just don't really want to risk him. I think he's so important to us. This Derby game, I don't necessarily expect us to win. And, well, with that in mind, I don't want to rush him back. I feel like with all the issues we've got injury and, well, how irreplaceable it feels like he is, it'd be a mistake to rush him back too soon. Part of me does want to give Corey Gerrard the start at centre attacking mid. You know what? I've tried Voltman and Flood at centre attacking mid. Let's give Gerrard a chance. Players are fired up for this game. That's promising. This game's a big one. Derby are playing an equally defensive shape to us. And by defensive shape, I mean a shape with lots of players behind the ball. It's not necessarily defensive. You can play an attacking system like this. Like I mentioned before, Derby, the only team I believe currently unbeaten in the league. I think they did play midweek when we took on Brighton. I can't remember if they won that game or not. You know what? We'll just pretend they're unbeaten, even if it might not quite be true. Taylor in a wide area here. Scarlett inside. I was convinced that was going to be a penalty there. The whistle has just not gone. It's been hacked away from danger for now. Was anyone else waiting for a penalty to be given there? Maybe it was just me. Matos. What can you do? Plays it to Ajaria. This is nice. This is pretty. Ajaria has scored. The goalkeeper's had an absolute mare there. I love Ajaria. I really do. I want to big up this man, although we might still get transfer bids in him before deadline day. Should the keeper do better there? If that's Sharman Low, I'm annoyed. Just checked, by the way. This would be their first loss of the season if they lose it. So let's give him a defeat. JB on a booking early on is a little bit concerning, but I'm not going to overreact just yet because we're having a lot of the ball and they've not done anything. There's only 10 minutes left to the half. AA has a knock. He's still going to be able to take the throw in, so presumably not a shoulder injury. JB dinks it. Ajaria has one, gives it to Dane Scarlett. The flag's raised on the far side. It's not going to count. It was a nice goal. AA injury is just something I don't really want to risk. So Egbo is going to come in and play at left back. JB on a booking scares me, if I'm being real with you. Hopefully he's going to be well behaved. 5 minutes of added time at the end of this half are going to come and go. They've had one shot on target. To be fair, we've also had one shot on target, but 7 total. More possession. We're looking good in this game. I'm going to bring in Carl Flood for JB in this game. I just don't really want to go down a man in this game. And when we brought in Flood initially, it was to be a register option for us. I really like this guy. I can't big him up enough. The front three, by the way, not having great performances between them all, it's safe to say. Not exactly got a whole host of options on the bench, so I feel like I've just got to stick with them for now. Okay, it's still a one-goal game. It is still a one-goal game. As much as I feel like we've been in control and we've been the better team in this game, and the stats kind of back that up. In this second half, Derby have created that little bit more. Taylor floats this. Scarlett's under it. Can't win it. Matos can score bangers. Could he score one here? Take about my son. It's 2-0. Alex Matos latching onto the loose ball here at the edge. Uses his pace and acceleration to just find some green grass ahead of him. And the keeper sat on his bum for a second time in this game. Taylor on a booking on a 6.5 rating scares me. You know what? Voltman on you come, and Deering on you come. Let's give another academy prospect. I was going to say his debut. I think he played one game for me in the National League. He did. He scored in that one game, to be fair. He was the David Nugent of Wanderers. 1 goal in 1 cap. Let's see if he can make it 2 goals in 2 caps now. He's not got a lot of time to do it, and it's not easy opposition. Derby with a chance maybe from a corner. Sharman Lowe makes a save. Don't get to say that nearly enough. Question now is the highlight going to end, or are we going on an adventure? And I'll tell you what, we're going on an adventure. Where is Gerrard? There he is. Look at the front three, buzzing around. Deering skips past his men. Thought for a moment he was just going to break through and score a wonder goal. Sadly, he has been out-muscled off the ball there. Ball launch forward, Egbo, Flood, Matos. This is nice. This is pretty. Ajaria, loads of space for him in behind their wing-back. Players in the middle to aim for. Cox has the ball, clears it. That is not a good clearance. Flood could shoot. Will he shoot? Should square it now. Gerrard scores his first goal in Wanderers colours. It's 3-0. It is a rout. Corey Gerrard made that spur-of-the-moment decision to start him at centre attacking mid. He was in the right place at the right time. And Flood, who had been playing at centre attacking mid but was subbed on in Register, gets the assist. Derby hadn't lost a game before this. Does this make us the real deal? Maybe it makes us a contender in this league too. Then again, you know what? There's still like 38 games left of the season. Probably get a bit carried away. Let me enjoy this moment. This game here finishes 3-0. We only had 3 shots on target, mind you. You know what? That doesn't matter. Great performance. Everyone is happy. I mean, Dane Scarlett positively chuffed. He's loving it. Matos, man of the match. And with that result there, you can see we closed the gap on Derby to 2 points, but crucially, got a game in hand over them. Carlisle, by the way, who were promoted with us, still ahead of us. So they're having a good season too. AA out for 1 day. Can live with that. Give Matos some praise. A goal and an assist for him is always good to see. And now we have the small matter of deadline day coming up. And yeah, there are some areas that need addressing. Will Callum Hume be leaving? Does anyone want to sign Louis Jackson for this really overrated valuation? Can I keep hold of Ajaria? I hope I can. Oh, and also striker position. When you see the star ratings here, I know star ratings are lies. It maybe needs addressing. Don't go anywhere. I'll see you for deadline day. Editing Jack, make that sound epic. I hope you made that sound epic. Ladies and gentlemen, is deadline day. Yeah, and you'll notice in a transfer that I'm trying to get done. Now, if you're wondering, Jack, why weren't you panicking more when Fletcher got injured? I've been trying to sign Andy White on loan for like the last week, and he's not been replying to my calls or anything. I've made the offer. Burnley have accepted the offer. I only have to pay, I think, 10% of his wages, so £1,500. Andy White could return. If he does, I'm targeting promotion. Obviously, if he doesn't turn up, I needed a plan B. That plan is a Sapper Song, who is nowhere near as good as Andy White. So that we need Andy White to sign for us. On the outs as well, Callum Hume, I had a bid from Carlisle for him of £325,000. He is going to leave for that. Do feel a bit weird selling him to Carlisle based on how much I've mentioned them today. They've never been mentioned so much in a Work the Space video, but I don't feel like he's very good. So if they want him, they can have him. Obviously, if that sale happens, maybe I'll go out and make a luxury signing or two. Of all the areas, though, that I am concerned about when it comes to our team, it is that striker area. Signing Andy White would really solve that. There's a lot of players in our team attracting interest. Lots of players here who I don't really want to sell. I've just noticed Ajaria's valuation just keeps going up and up, doesn't it? 14 hours remaining. It sounds dramatic. We've got bids. Dundee make an offer for Jackson. 900k, yeah, go on then. Backup centre-back, 900k at this level. I don't mind if I do. I mean, our depth at centre-back is very, very good. Jackson is far down the pecking order. Him leaving the club might even give Burgess more opportunities in the team. So I feel like that's just a net benefit. Just as a little reminder as well, whilst I've got wage budget in excess, there is a wage cap in this league that we kind of have to abide by. I feel like I can maybe spend 1,000 or 2 more, but it's kind of close. Can I see some of that wage financial fair play stuff? It must be somewhere here. Player wage expenditure below £83,000. That's fine. It says the club are currently spending £64,000 per week on player wages. Is that correct? I don't think that's correct. Or is it only first team players? Do youth players not count for that? Maybe that's the rule. I don't understand. These numbers don't math. Oh, homegrown under 21 players are excluded from the wage check. Learning. So actually, I could spend a lot more money if I wanted to. Well, £19,000 more. Don't necessarily think I want to spend £19,000 more, but that's good to know. Hume is set to join Carlisle. That is one bit of good news. I've seen the next inbox item. Burnley make a Jaria offer. That's not a good offer, is it? I saw Burnley and thought, oh, I've got news on White. No, it's them trying to steal another one of my players. Ladies and gentlemen, there's tears in my eyes. There's tears in my eyes. Andy White is back. And that's a good job because the man who I wanted to sign in a song has gone back to talk to York. I don't want him anymore. You can go to York, mate. Wondrosikia White signing. I hope one day we're doing this permanently and it's him returning for good. The hero is back. Bloody hell, he's better than I remember. Dundee United have made an offer for Kingdom. No, you can't have him. I knew with Ashley Fletcher out for the foreseeable future, I needed a solution. I didn't think the solution would come in the form of this man. The fans love him. He's got the green scarf, and I love him too. For £1,500, he's on loan to the end of the year. Oh, I just feel happy now. I've just noticed, well, he's been set a target while he's on loan. Can I see the target that's been set for him by Burnley? Oh, he needs to score 16 league goals. That's the first time ever I've loaned in a player and seen a target set for them. I feel like I don't set targets nearly enough, and I don't really loan in players that often, so I would never see this normally. Louis Jackson leaving the club now for £900,000. I don't need money. That is mad money to receive for a player who's so far down the pecking order, so I'm not going to complain about that at all. With the departure of Hume, we now have a 24-man squad. Part of me feels like I should be signing some players. Part of me is just very, very happy with the depth on the whole. I feel like if I sign anyone now, it's for the sake of it. I've signed Andy White. Our front three is absolutely unreal. I love our midfield. I mean, a goalkeeper's the only thing I might want to sign. Obviously, I've got Anson on £7,000. I can't terminate his loan, by the way. So he's here even though he's injured for the next 2 months. James McAtee's available. James McAtee's available. What? He's better than Callum Hume, isn't he? I'm shocked he's available on a free. He wants to be a star player. How much are you going to ask for, mate? How much? 15,000. Do one. Alfie Devine here is also available. There's some very good free transfers available that just haven't been picked up. Bit concerned all their wage demands are going to be unreasonable. I mean, Devine's wages aren't actually that bad. Also, is it said Devine or Devine? Thing is, I don't need another defensive mid, and I don't really want to pay him £10,000 a week, but if he was to stay as a free agent, I'd probably try and sign him down the line. Like, this right here is unreasonable, but these are players, right, that I've got scouted whose contract status are expired, who, if they're still free agents later, I'll probably go in for. Like, Wilson Esbrand here as a backup left-back would be absolutely unreal. He wants to be an important player. £9,000 is too high, wants to be a match high Sterner clause. I thought going into deadline day I might just sign some players for the sake of it. Now I'm seeing what's actually available. I'm sat thinking, maybe I just hold on to my money for now, you know, and maybe I keep that wage cap that we know we've got free now free, because there's some good players that might still be available. I feel like that's the most sensible thing to do at this point. I'm looking through these options, and whilst there's the temptation to go and just sign a striker for the sake of it, I don't think it's the play. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm going to be sensible. I'm saving my money. There is still time, obviously, for some monster bids to come in for players, but at this point, I don't want to sell a Jaria. I've signed Andy White. I've got rid of Callum Hume, who I'm a bit sad about losing, but at least he's still playing in our division. Louis Jackson, I'm a lot less upset about losing because of the amount of money they've given us. All I'm saying is when you look at this transfer screen here, I feel like we've done okay. I feel happy now. To be honest, I still can't believe I managed to get Andy White back. Like, that is absolutely unreal. And the good news is, with 45 seconds left of this game, no one made any more bids on Ajaria. There was a risk we could lose Ajaria. AA had a bit of interest too. We've not lost them. We've sold a few players there on deadline day, made some nice money, and brought back a legend. What more could you want? Anyway, our next game is against Shrewsbury in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. You don't care about it. I don't care about it. So I'll come back for games you care about tomorrow. In terms of when we're going to come back, the schedule for the next couple of months is looking absolutely rammed. Based on how well we're doing towards the top of the table, I feel like I've got to come back for a spicy top of the table tie, should one come along. Will it come along? Find out tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching today's episode today, guys. Appreciate your love on the series as always. If you've got to the end, if you've enjoyed things, leave a like. We're back again tomorrow. Sorry there wasn't a video yesterday. I love you all. See you next time.